to 22nd of June 2021. Some of these mornings is very difficult to wake up. Like, you guys have no idea how tough it is to wake up so early. And I feel like it's the weather as well, you know. It makes it so difficult and very annoying when your alarm goes off and you're like, not again. Can it be weekend already? But it's always good to come your way. We love to give you all the information that you require, knowing that you also rely on us for all the details, all the updates, and some entertainment here and there, sports, whatever it is, we've got you covered right here on your favorite morning show, the most popular and the most watched as well. My name is Bella Mundi. Cookie.
Yes.
Are you awake? Wake up, wake up.
Menyani. I'm up this morning. But you see, it's a Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
And normally what I tell myself on Tuesdays is to choose. So I tend to call it choose days. I mean, it was tough for both of us waking up to get here. I mean, riding through the hustle and bustle of the road. I mean, it's still around 6, but there's traffic from where I'm coming from. And it's actually a hassle to get here. But like you said, people depend on us for all the information that they need.
Exactly.
And so long as you are alive, challenges will be thrown at you every single day. But it's up to you to choose. So what are you choosing this morning? We've chosen to be here to give you all the information that you need. You may be going through one or two in your own private life, but what are you choosing today? Are you choosing for your problems to take you over, to swallow you up, so you throw in the towel and give up, or you are choosing to face all the challenges and the problems head on so that you can conquer on every side, so you can be the best version of yourself? It's all up to you this morning, but I'm hoping that you choose to be the best version of yourself. No matter what you are going through, or no matter what gets thrown at you, you will face it head-on collision. Boots for boots. And I believe that with all the experience and all the strength that you have, coupled with the grace of God, you will definitely make it. So yes, good morning to you once again. We thank you so much for choosing us every weekday, Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. So we are back again to give you everything that you need: entertainment, lifestyle, current affairs, whatever, trending issues, whatever it is that you need. We are here to just serve it.
Indeed, absolutely. And when you said boots for boots, I was just thinking of Chaliwote to Chaliwote. I remember there was a time that I misbehaved and my mother gave me the beating of my life.
Are you
In fact,
kidding?
it wasn't even with her slippers,
With
it was with her
Chaliwote?
heels. You know, our mothers have the very thick, the block heels. Oh my God, she disciplined me before I went to school that morning.
What did you do?
Forget.
Do you remember?
I think it was raining and I was upset because I wanted to go to school. So I didn't understand why we had to wait for the rain, to come down before we go. So I was
Bella.
just...
Do you remember how old you were?
Oh, I was young. I'm sure I was in primary school.
Like
she
6
beat
or
me
7.
She beat me so much that even under the dining table, she was beating me there.
Wow.
But anyways, good morning, Mommy.
Wow.
It's fine. I mean, it's one of those days. If you've not been lashed by your parents before, then I don't know.
You're not Ghanaian.
African parents.
Yeah, you're not Ghanaian.
Listen, they
You're
will
not
discipline
Ghanaian.
you.
You're not Ghanaian.
It's tough. But this morning, yesterday, actually, we were told that the most contagious and the most deadly variant of the COVID-19 virus, which is the Delta virus, it originated from India, is wreaking havoc in the UK. It has been detected in Ghana. And the most disturbing aspect of it is the fact that now, the professionals and the medical professionals are telling us that it looks as if the AstraZeneca and Sputnik V that we have been focusing on all this while to vaccinate the population may not be able to protect us from this new virus, this new variant, which is the Delta variant. And so we now have to focus more on Pfizer and the other ones as well and try to get them into the country so that we can be protected. I mean, good news, however, is that for those of us who have taken the AstraZeneca double shots, we're still told that we're getting up to about 65% or so of the protection. And so that should be fine. And with this Delta variant, we're told that it's more younger people who are falling sick and going to the hospital because they have not been vaccinated across the world. So at least for those who have received the vaccination, to some extent it's safe. But moving forward, we have to focus more on bringing in the Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson and the other ones so that we can vaccinate our population. As it stands now, we still are nowhere near the 20 million mark that we're being told we're supposed to get. In the UK, they vaccinated 70 million of their population. That's a lot. And about 30 million of them have gotten the double dose. 41 million of them have gotten just the one dose. So, but at least we know that the AstraZeneca I mean, Oxford is from the Oxford University, so that's understandable why they are getting access to it. They're also part of the first world countries, if we can say. So they have access to it better than we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that means that we really have to up our game at this point. And all the times when we've been breaking the protocols and really not adhering to it, crowding and not wearing our mask when we cannot maintain that distance between ourselves and the other person, we have to go back to it.
Okay, so here's my question this morning. Last week, we discussed the restrictions, the laws governing restrictions not being renewed. So as at this moment, we don't even know where we stand as a country. Are we still gathering publicly? Should we still wear our nose mask and all that other questions that are lingering on the mind of people? Now, we are struggling even with the pricing of AstraZeneca. What was it, $19 or was it $26? So now that we are being told that Delta cannot, AstraZeneca cannot even withstand
the Delta variant,
harshness, of the Delta variant, what do we do as a country? Now, do we intensify all the protocols that we've already been practicing and recently been breaking? So what, do we double or triple our masks right now? Should we stop all the church activities, the funerals and the social gatherings? Must they stop right now? Because I mean, when we had even the normal variant, I'm calling it normal because yes, when you compare it to Delta, it's nothing close to it. Look at what happened in the country. So if Delta is going to hit us, I mean, India is just a clear example of what COVID-19 can do. It's just wiping them out by the minute. So if it's supposed to be replicated here in Ghana, I don't know what's going to happen in this country. So I would just advocate that wherever you are in your little corner, still keep practicing all the protocols. I see people still passing by the Veronica buckets, not washing their hands. Even now, people do not even bother to provide the soap and the tissue that comes with it. Sometimes even in the Veronica buckets, the containers, there's no water in it. It's just become traditional, a culture that it sits in front of your shop or your store or your institution just for people to know that, okay, you're practicing it. But are you providing the soap? Are you providing the tissue that should come with it? Are you providing water that should come? I walked into an eatery in Dansuma the other day, and I was so impressed that the water in the tank was actually hot water. So I asked the woman, how come you have hot, do you heat water? And she said no. She has a solar panel that she's actually connected to the tank, so it gives people hot water all the time when you're washing your hands. And I said, wow, this is genius, and this is being done in Ghana. Why can't it be replicated everywhere else? We have the sun in abundance. I get it.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
but we know how expensive it is to install solar panels.
I understand.
For a business that is running under at this point, when they've introduced new taxes,
they can't. We can't afford it.
Find money.
Yeah, we can't afford it. It will be. It will be. But we are in a very difficult place as a country. I just wake up every morning and I thank God for grace, because had it not been grace on our side, I'm sure that we would have been wiped out just like other countries in the world, Italy, the Americas, and now India. I'm just praying that we do not get to that point where we start getting wiped out like we had the second spike, I think 2-3 months ago. Yes, no, actually right after elections. So that was January, February, March. Exactly. So I just hope that we do not get that situation in this country, because I don't think that as a country we will be able to contain it. I don't think so.
We can. I mean, I remember when...
I don't think we will be able to.
Listen, I think we can, because if you look at the times when we strictly adhered to the protocols, even
of course,
though
the
we were
numbers
still
went
recording,
down, yes.
we're still recording a number of
but in this day and age where we are entertaining,
so we have
getting
to go
packed
back to
at the, that's what I'm talking about. That must we stop gathering? Must we stop the social gatherings? The funerals must stop. The church activities. You know, churches even go beyond the 2-hour or the 1 hour stipulated time now. They stay there for as long as whenever. I mean, we're here when we saw the Christ Embassy convergence. We don't even know where that situation has gotten to. But do you even have the moral right to be able to jail those people if you yourselves were found at a funeral crammed up? And violating all the protocols? No,
I mean, but I mean, moving forward, I'm looking at the president. I mean, of course, getting all the advice from his health professionals, so we know what to do.
Exactly,
because
what to do, yeah.
This is dire. We're told that it has a reproductive rate of 2 to 8, and it is 2.5 times more infectious than the UK variant that we recorded sometime in January as well, which had a reproductive rate of about 3 to 5. So it's very worrying worrying, and we have to go back to the protocols as much as possible. In fact, in the UK, the health director is saying that they are not ruling out the possibility of another lockdown because they are also going under because of this new variant. So it is very deadly, and I hope that we act as fast as possible. The Ghana Health Service says we're doing everything we can to bring it under control, and hopefully we will not see it spread. But like Cookie is saying, if we've seen the constant breaking of the COVID protocols from top to bottom, all of us are guilty to some extent because, of course, we all really just relaxed with adhering to the protocols. Then there's a problem, and we have to go back to it. Now, we're told, of course, we know that the way by which this variant is getting into the country is through the airports, because that's the only border that's open to human traffic at this moment. The antigen test at the airport, we're told, is about 80% effective. So there's a 20% possibility that anybody who may come in with that variant might go through the process and not have it detected. And if we're also not adhering to it, if that person gets into the crowd where we find ourselves, we're likely to get it. What's going to happen? The ripple effects of it. Because in the UK, we're being told again that even the older people who have been vaccinated, they are still falling sick from this variant. And so it is very scary. It's very worrying. We're not here to scare anybody at all, but we're just reminding you that where we've gotten to is you and your God. At least until we get the vaccines for every Ghanaian to take, you have to go back to adhering to the protocols as much as possible. Otherwise, we'll be doomed. I don't know, man.
I just pray that we don't get to that point. So yeah, just be careful out there.
But we're told 46 different variants are in the country.
46? Yeah. This COVID thing, I asked a question the other day that if COVID were Ghanaian, which tribe would it be from? Because this, I don't want to get there this morning. Anyway, I picked up another information yesterday whilst surfing the news, and we've been told that the BOG is in talks with Kantanka to manufacture the armored bullion vans for them. I mean, so far, I think 4 or 5 banks have spoken to them already. And yesterday, Safut Kantanka Jr. was on TV saying that this is a step in the right direction. If for nothing at all, 2 things will be achieved in this process. Number one, these vehicles are being manufactured in Ghana, so it would help the economy. It will provide jobs for people. The money will stay in this country, because if we are buying all these armored vehicles from outside, it means that we are exporting more money outside. The money is not staying. Our economy is getting, what's the word? Depleted, if I can put it that way. But if these vans are gotten right here in this country, then yes, it's a plus. And maybe all these robberies will stop in, what did you call it yesterday? The bread van? Yeah.
Or the farm vans
that's,
as well.
That's how they are calling it. Well, I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, if they have the capacity to be able to produce, why not? But I think this is even coming too late. This man or this company has had these cars or these vans for a very long time. Nobody even blinked to say anything. Nobody even paid attention to look at this company twice, and they're sitting right here, and it's a Ghanaian company. So I'm thinking, why haven't we even paid attention to them? Get 1 or 2, try them out. If they are not good, or if they have any defects, yes, if they are workable, we can work on them and say that, okay, we got these vans, this and this and this and this is what we think that you should improve on. But at least we have tried them. But we've never even given this guy and his company a try. I've never seen any official.
Oh, we have. And I'll just pull this. This was in 2019, where it said that government had procured over 500 Kantanka cars.
Where are they?
I'm going to read it to you. So according to Kojo Kantanka, most of the cars have been purchased by the Agric and Trade Ministries. And so he revealed this when he granted an interview. This was in 2019. I'm trying to get the exact date. So 2 years ago, government bought cars.
Okay, so where are they? Have you seen them on our roads?
Of them. Well, I can't say necessarily, but I do know that there are government officials who also even drive Kantanka
I haven't seen any of them.
I know that there are government officials who drive some of them, yes. I think Mr. Gabi Otredako
drives one,
I believe, and also I'm not sure if it's General Mosquito or Siedun Ketia as well, who may. I think I've seen a few people
I
who
haven't seen any, but if they are driving it, I mean, it's good news. But we should hurry with these vans. We need them in this country. How many more policemen do we want to see fall before we are able to acquire all these ones? So let's see let's just see how that goes.
Indeed.
If I haven't cited any on our roads. If you have, you can let us know. You know, our message lines, our WhatsApp line, you can send us a message so we know if you've cited any of these cars on our roads. If our officials are using them, you can also let us know. And also let us know if this is a step in the right direction. But we have about 24 banks in the country. If all of them wanted, I'm thinking, what will be the duration by which they can all get them? Would they be able to produce all 24? But it doesn't even mean that every bank needs only one.
So this is what I learned from, I think, Mr. John Ewa of the Ghana Bankers Association. He spoke over the weekend and he tried to correct some misconception out there about the fact that people think it is the banks that have to procure these bullion vans.
It
is not the bank. So it's a whole business on its own where independent parties, run this business of transporting cash to and from the banks to Bank of Ghana. And so he indicated that what the banks have to do, however, is to support financially and to, of course, insist that these companies get the bullion vans. So as much as we're calling out these banks for not making sure that they acquire these bullion vans, it doesn't fall in their jurisdiction necessarily. But at the same time, you're a bank. You should be able to say that if you don't provide me with the armored vehicles, I will not put my people at risk and also put another police officer in there. So that's the other aspect of the conversation. And he alluded to that and said that is why they're going to ensure that these companies actually procure these armored vehicles. Is it going to be possible? Today is what, 22nd?
Yes.
We have just about a week or a few days to the end of the month. I'm hoping, did he say, by the way, that he has some of them already sitting, waiting for government to
I don't
purchase?
think that's what he said.
Okay.
But he says they have the capacity to be able to produce them.
But how long is that going to take?
So that was my question. And that 4 or 5 banks have approached them already. So I'm saying we've got about 24 banks in the country, but it doesn't also mean that each bank needs only one. There are several branches that the banks have. So how many of these do we even need as a country, and how many can they even produce by the end of June 2021? So we'll keep you updated on all of that, and we'll let you know exactly what the situation is with these locally manufactured bullion vans by the Kantanka company right here.
Oh, but they've tried. I mean,
Ghana.
actually in 2020 as well, I'm seeing another one that says Kantanka sells over 1,000 cars, calls for more government support as well. And then the Ministry of Education also procured some 160 Kantanka vehicles at a point as well, pardon me. So at least they've tried to some extent. Can we do better? Yes, we can. Let's support, locally made products even better. And so if we can really give him that room to create and to also produce these vans for the safety of our citizens, the police officers who escort these drivers and tellers, to transport the money to and fro, it would be great. This is still TV3 Newday. We'll come up with some more newspaper review. We'll talk about Dr. Dominic Ayine and that issue with, the Chief Justice asking that he be investigated by the General Legal Counsel. The NDC yesterday held a press conference, and this will be the second time that we've had them talk in a group, because earlier we had the minority in Parliament also ask that the Chief Justice rescind this decision, and now the NDC is also speaking. We'll go into that further as we move along on the show, and more conversations as well are coming up. So keep watching. This is TV3 Newday. We'll be back.